Today's article is, can you file your nails with polish on? Juanita sent me a question, and here's what it is. She says, I'm hoping you could give your input about a post from a well-known Facebook page. I don't quite feel comfortable with the statement, and it's actually put some doubt in my mind as to filing my nails. I'll be honest, I do file my nails while wearing polish. Is it really harmful? I also use a Mont Bleu crystal file. Thanks. Okay. This is one, this is, yeah, this is an article that actually really made me mad. Oof, so mad. All right, so let's get into my answer. Juanita, thank you so much for sending me this important question and dictating this Facebook post to include in this article. Made me cringe, made me want to hiss, made me want to spit, and the advice is incorrect on so many levels. So let's take a look at this post, which is built on misinformation. And since you can't see the text that is read, actually, I think I'll create a picture so that you can see how much of this is read. So I'm going to read the article, or I take that back. I am going to read the post and realize that much of this is incorrect. It says, this Facebook post, are you a nail polish wearer who files your nails down or even to shape them while wearing varnish? I know some of you think this is a good habit, but truth be told, it is harmful for your nails. Your nails are made up of layers upon layers of straw-like columns or fibers running from your cuticles to the end of your nail. The hard nail that we can see, of course, is dead tissue, which cannot repair itself for the reason we have to be very careful not to weaken or damage these top layers in any way. Okay, there's about 3 things wrong right there. Next paragraph. In fact, the nail polish does glue the straw-like columns together in order to prevent splitting. However, it only protects them slightly and on the very outside layer. What about all of the underlying layers that help provide your nails with strength, flexibility, and a healthy appearance? They will become weak and damaged. More is wrong there. And then she says, let's chat about a nail file. So many bloggers say they swear by their crystal files. I file with an emery board that's 180 to 240 grit to seal the ends of my nails. If they aren't sealed, almost every day snags can occur and they might catch on to things. Although the crystal file feels only slightly gritty, it still leaves those white shavings that everyone has experienced before while filing. These shavings are evidence that you're grabbing, ripping, and tearing the nail fibers, thus weakening them. This can lead to several issues such as cracking, splitting, breaking, etc. This is also the reason why you are advised to only file in one direction with conventional nail files or emery boards. The damage would be much greater if you filed, end quote, by grabbing and tearing the fibers in both directions. All right, so is filing your nails with polish harmful? Lord, no. Okay, so let me give you another way to look at this. Imagine a wooden fence that's painted white. The wood is dead. The paint on the surface of the wood protects each board from absorbing water that causes warping, swelling, and splintering. Let's say, for example, you realize that you need to replace one of the boards in your fence and you discover it is too long. Now you need to either cut the board or sand it down to the right length. Is the paint on that board going to damage the wood while you're sanding? The answer is a big fat no. If anything, the paint on the edges of the board would chip while you're sanding the wood. Okay, so let's transition back to filing fingernails with polish. When I file my polished nails, sometimes the nail polish chips, but I never actually see damage to the nail plate. The reason you may see your polish chip when filing or trimming your nails is that the nail polish is no longer bonded in that section to your nail plate. Any polish that is still solidly bonded to your nail plate will not chip off when you cut your nails. All right, let's look at the nails are made of straw-like columns. Nope, nope. And let me say it one more time. No. Okay. Remember that hissing and spitting? To say straw-like columns or fibers running from your cuticles to the end of the nail demonstrates a lack of understanding of the nail plate anatomy. Honestly, the description of straw-like columns makes me think of the hay I feed my horses. This is not at all similar to the structure of your nails. So let's take a look at what my mentor, Doug Schoon, says. He's been a nail scientist for 30 years, and he is the author of Nail Structure and Product Chemistry. His description is fairly scientific, but I think you deserve the truth. So bear with me. Doug writes like a scientist. So if you glaze over, that's okay. But here we go. Keratin is the structural protein for nails. Like all proteins, keratin is made of long chains or strands of amino acids, joined together like pearls on a microscopic necklace. A typical keratin strand contains between 300 and 500 amino acids linked in a long chain. These single chains prefer to exist as loosely coiled strands. Almost 2/3 of the keratin found inside the nail cells exist as extremely tiny coiled strands. Dozens of these coiled strands stack neatly into tight bundles to create tiny fibers or fibrils of keratin. These fibrils can be seen only under the most powerful electron microscopes. All these extremely high magnifications may look like tiny whiskers embedded in a semi-solid gel. All of this is encased in a clear sac to create a nail cell. These fibrous filaments are so narrow that a bundle of 2,000 would only be as thick as a single human hair. Isn't that amazing? Okay, even so, each fibril contains approximately 500,000 amino acid molecules, and each nail plate contains hundreds of millions of fibrils. That's a lot of amino acids in each nail. The remaining 1/3 of the keratin is much softer and more gel-like in consistency. This type of keratin does not form fibers, but instead creates a firm supporting bed that encases and supports the fibrils. The keratin fibers are arranged inside the cells in neatly stacked rows of logs, like logs in a log cabin, and they lie parallel to the free edge of the nail. The logs would seem to be rolling along towards the tip of the nail plate as the cells slowly flow toward the free edge. Okay, end quote. Like I said, Doug writes like a scientist, but so much great information. Yeah, I'm geeking out. Okay, so back. Did you catch the last couple of sentences? Fibers stacked like logs that run from sidewall to sidewall, not from cuticle to free edge, as the Facebook author says. So if we were to say that there is a grain to the nail plate, it goes in the same direction as the free edge. So if you're filing your nails shorter, you're actually going with the grain rather than against it, as suggested by this Facebook author in Juanita's question. Let's look at another one. The Facebook author writes, the hard nail we can see is of course dead tissue. Okay, this one's making my eye twitch. It's just too good. Nails are not tissue. Body tissue requires a blood supply. An article at study.com states that human body tissue is another way of describing how our cells are grouped together in a highly organized manner according to a specific structure and function. These groupings of cells form tissues, which then make up organs and various parts of the body. For example, it's easy to see and feel muscle in the body. Muscle is one of the 4 types of human body tissues. And according to Wikipedia, a nail is a horn-like envelope covering the tips of the fingers and toes in humans, most non-human primates, and a few other mammals. Nails are similar to claws in other animals. Fingernails and toenails are made of a tough protective protein called keratin. This protein is also found in the hooves and horns of different animals. Several layers of dead, compacted cells that cause the nail to be strong but flexible. Okay, next one. The Facebook author also writes, for this reason, we have to be very careful not to weaken or damage these top layers in any way. Top layers, buffing. Buffing damages the top layers of the nail plate, not filing your nails shorter. The information in this Facebook article strongly suggests a lack of research and understanding. I mean, really, isn't this Facebook post about filing the free edge? Okay, next one is the author writes, nail polish does glue the straw-like columns together. So no, as many of you know from reading my previous articles on nail health, anatomy, and care, body oil created by the pink nail bed is pushed up through the nail plate. The oil is what glues your nail layers together, not nail polish. Nail polish only provides temporary layers of flexible strength to the nail plate. It also reduces water absorption, which happens to be a major cause of peeling. Remember the white fence analogy that I included at the beginning of this recording? The paint on the boards only serves to protect the wood from swelling with water. Nail polish acts similarly on our nails. Okay, the next one. The Facebook author writes, what about all the underlying layers that help provide your nails with strength, flexibility, and a healthy appearance? They will become weak and damaged if we file them with polish on. This just doesn't fit with the body of knowledge about nail anatomy and nail structure. Nail polish has nothing to do with the strength and flexibility of the underlying layers of the nail plate. The part of the nail that is attached to the pink nail bed does not require strength or flexibility. It does require a perfect blend of approximately 18% moisture and 5% body oil to prevent the nail from drying and cracking while it is on your finger. Once the nail plate grows past your fingertip, then it's no longer being nourished by the nail bed. So when you wash your hands, you strip the oils from your nail tips. This causes them to be dry and brittle. Okay. What about the best nail file? The Facebook author writes, so many bloggers say they swear by their crystal nail files. I file with an emery board, 180, 240 grit to seal the ends of my nails. The short answer of which nail file is best is the nail file that you like that works for you. There is an exception to this short answer. The only nail file you want to stay away from is 100 grit. This is a very, very coarse nail file and should only be used to file down hard acrylic and make it thinner. The bloggers who swear by their crystal nail files are seeing the results of nail files that work with their nail anatomy. Personally, I use crystal nail files. I like different grit emery boards. Each one has its own purpose. Okay, the Facebook author talks also about, remember, sealing the ends. According to the dictionary, the two verb definitions that relate to this topic are 1. A device or substance that is used to join two things together so as to prevent them from coming apart or to prevent anything from passing between them. 2. Apply a non-porous coating to a surface to make it impervious, as in seal the finish with a satin varnish. So, if we want to use the word seal in the correct context, then a nail file does not seal, nail polish does. If you were to sand down the varnish on your dining room table, sanding would not seal the wood. It would expose it, making it vulnerable to water and other damage. The purpose of a nail file is not to seal them. The purpose is to shorten and smooth the edges. All right, the next thing that this author says is, although the crystal file feels only slightly gritty, it still leaves those white shavings. This is another example of inaccurate information. If the assertion is that a crystal file, quote, still leaves the white shavings would imply that other nail files leave white shavings too. The author is arguing against the use of crystal nail files because it leaves behind shavings. But the truth is that all nail files, crystal or whatever, can leave behind nail shavings. All right, this author also writes, these shavings are evidence that you're grabbing, ripping, and tearing the nail fibers, thus weakening them. Grabbing, ripping, and tearing. Okay, well, technically that is correct, but it's a rather dramatic description of filing your nails. But does it weaken them? No. Does getting a haircut weaken your hair? Nope. It removes the damaged ends or just shortens your hair to a desired length or style. The process of cutting your hair is similar to the process of filing your nails. The shavings that you see when you file with a crystal or any type of nail file are just keratin cells that are still attached to the nail plate. Are we supposed to stop filing our nails because we are, quote, shredding the tips? The author also says this can lead to several issues such as cracking, splitting, breaking, etc. Okay, breathe, Anna. Shavings don't cause cracking, splitting, or breaking. Thin nails, dry nails, flat nails, curved nails, matrix damage, and life in general can cause all of those problems. Not shavings. Okay. This way or that way, the author writes, you're also advised to only file in one direction. The damage would be much greater if you filed in both directions. Recently, Doug Schoon broke out his trusty electron microscope to see if there was any difference because he was getting so many questions from nail professionals. And he was looking, is there a difference between the free edges of a nail when comparing filing in one direction versus filing in a seesaw motion back and forth? The result? A resounding no difference, none, zip, nada, no difference. Of course, this made me very, very happy since I have been seesaw filing all of my life, and I've never seen any evidence of my nails being mutilated or tortured. In conclusion, it is perfectly okay to file your nails while they are polished. In fact, many people, myself included, find it easier to shape their nails with polish. The color and contrast of the polish makes it easier to see if you're creating a crooked shape. So in my opinion, it's a good thing. If you love your crystal nail file like I do, you don't need to worry. It won't damage your nails. The biggest takeaway from this Facebook post is that it's so important to know who you can trust to provide accurate and educational information. Facebook and the internet are saturated with misinformation, myths, and bad advice. This is why I continually refer back to Doug's book, Nail Structure and Product Chemistry, for answers when people are asking me questions. And if I don't know the answer, I know I can rely on Doug's years of experience and dedication to nail science, so I can help shine the light of truth on inaccurate information for you. Hey, it's Anna. I've written over 70 nail care articles that you can find at nailcarehq.com. And if you're looking for products that will help you have longer, stronger nails, visit myblisskiss.com. Be sure to push the subscribe button and turn on notifications to get alerted when I publish more videos. This is Anna, signing off and sending you bliss.